Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today we are going to be talking about the spell Elminster's Elusion. Elusion, the word, means to evade, essentially. And this is, it kind of does that. It kind of does it. It has an element of it. But it isn't completely illusion. It is protection and evasion at the same time. But this is a second level spell. It is a 1 bonus action casting time, which is absolutely PAD resistance fantastic. We love it. It's a range of self. That is a little limiting, but it does fall along the lines of things like absorb elements and shield, so that's okay. Verbal and somatic components, that's great. It lasts for a whopping 10 minutes. It does require concentration, but you are going to want to cast this spell. It is the School of Abjuration, which I have many builds that use the Wizard Abjurer, and so the School of Abjuration is a great school. So let's get into the spell. The spell is Arcane Wards protect you against magic for the duration. If you had advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. So let's say that again. Wards protect you for the duration. You have advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects. So that's a big, wide area of stuff that you are essentially protected against. It's kind of, think of it like the Paladin's aura of protection, where it gives everybody advantage or a bonus on saving throws. This gives you advantage on saving throws. And advantage, so when you roll a d20, the average is around a 10. When you roll 2 d20s, the average is around a 15. So think of it like that you are essentially getting a 15 on every saving throw that you're going to have for 10 minutes, as long as you are concentrating on this spell and magical effects. So that's a lot of different stuff. Now, are breath weapons from dragons magical effects? Probably not. But there are plenty of magical effects that happen from creatures. There are plenty of magical effects that happen from all kinds of abilities of character classes, and there are all kinds of magical effects that happen from magic items. So it's a wide range of stuff. So additionally, it gets even better. Additionally, if you succeed on a saving throw against a spell or magical effect and would normally take half as much damage, you instead take no damage. So you're starting off with a 15 on that saving throw because you're getting advantage on the save. And if you make the save and the spell would allow you to take half damage on a successful save, you take no damage. Note, there is no rider on this connected to an ability score, like evasion. Evasion only applies to dexterity saving throws. This does not apply to an ability score. It is for all spells, period, no matter what. All magical effects, period, no matter what. So, what is the rating that we are going to give this? Well, we are giving this an A+. Would I use this spell every round? Absolutely, 100%. And it's a second level spell. It's only usable by wizards, but there are many ways around that. And it's only a second level spell that does all this stuff with a bonus action casting. And wizards aren't really starved for bonus actions. So am I going to use this spell every round or every combat? Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's got the rider of being a abjuration spell, which connects it to the Abjurer Wizard, which I like. So that's a good one. But it's still good for all the other ones, too. You can cast this and shield in the same round. That, you get this up, and then you have shield on as a reaction. That's great. You get this up, and you can also cast absorb elements as a reaction. So, all great combinations. So every round, yes. Is it going to go into a build? Absolutely. Is it going to be something that tips the scales for combat as far as your contributions as a player to the group? A little bit. This is very indirect in that case. It is not something that you're going to lock down an opponent and then everybody's going to jump on him. This is, I'm protecting myself so that this is not going to affect me, and then I can contribute later indirectly to the group success. Now, using a spell of ring storing would definitely go well with this spell. It's only second level, so you can put 2 of these in a ring of spell storing. And a fighter, I wouldn't just want you to think about this. A fighter with a ring of spell storing gets Elminster's Elusion, and voila, they have automatic evasion against everything. So, I mean, this has a lot of applicability and more than that. So, in addition to that, I did bring up evasion, so I do want to take a look at evasion just to show that this is kind of an evasion on steroids. So here we go. When you're subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage. So evasion only applies to dexterity saving throws. That's it. This spell applies to all saving throws versus magic. Now, this applies to all saving throws for dexterity, but this applies to all spell and magical effect saving throws, no matter what. So, Blight allows a Constitution saving throw, so guess what? You could take no damage from Blight. And, of course, we love this for the Abjurer Wizard because of the Arcane Ward. The ward has hit points, and whenever you cast an abjuration spell with the spell slot, the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the level of the spell. So if I'm casting Absorb Elements, Elminster's Elusion, and Shield, like all in the same turn, there's a bunch of points I'm going to regain. So that's 8 points I'm going to regain on my Arcane Ward. It's fantastic. So now I'm a big tank. I can take a bunch of damage. I can completely turn off damage. I can increase my armor class with shield, and I can be resistant to damage with that. And this actually goes well also with a Ring of Evasion. So if you happen to have a Ring of Evasion on, it has 3 charges. It gains 1 to 3 expended charges per day at dawn. When you fail a dex saving throw while wearing the ring, you can take a reaction to expend 1 charge and just succeed. So this is it's not actually evasion, but it goes well with the spell, Elminster's Elusion, because if you happen to roll bad on those 2 20s when you're rolling at advantage, you can just use a charge out of this and basically get a third option, a third panic button to get out of whatever you're doing. And of course, we've got Ring of Spell Storing. So let's take a look at that very quickly. I believe it's on the last page here. It is not. It's on the second page. So let's go to the second page. Second page, and here, Ring of Spell Storing. Here it is right here. So, holds up to 5 levels of spells, and any creature can cast those spells. So you can stick this spell into a Ring of Spell Storing, and they will be able to do this, whoever has that Ring of Spell Storing. So, all right, that is the video I have for everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.